It's fucking horrible. That's all I have to say about it. So hey guys, my name is Alex and I lived in the boarding school for 2 years. As many of you know, if you watched my previous videos, I made a huge emphasis on this. I'm from Ukraine, but I lived in the UK for 2 years. And where did I live? Of course, in the boarding school. I decided to do A-levels, so I moved to the UK. I decided to go to the private school because I'm an international student, and let me just tell you a couple of things about my experience. So at first, I remember when I came there, I was really surprised. Like, you had these common rooms and there were like so many cool guys that were all speaking English, and it was so awesome and like wow. But why would you want to be in the school 24/7? Some people say, oh, you know, it's a cool experience. No, it fucking isn't, and I will tell you why. In the boarding school, they have very strict timetables. Firstly, I'm the kind of person who absolutely hates timetables. Like, for me, the idea of waking up at the same time every single morning is just fucking mental.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs.
Whether you have a period or not, you have to go to breakfast at 7:40. Wearing the uniform, which I never understood why you have to wear a uniform at 7:40. In breakfast, if you can just come there in your pajamas or something, I don't know, who cares? After that, there were like lots of registrations for us, where we had a house parent who was telling us so much bullshit. I was 16 at the time when I first came there, right? I was about to turn 17. And for me, you know, sitting there in a small common room filled with other 40 people listening about how they should clean the toilet after themselves because some of them literally had toilet paper thrown around the toilet, or how they have to clean their bowl after they used it for a fucking noodles. Being a gay person, you know, I'm supposed to love guys, right? But living with them, if you're lucky to have a roommate who takes a shower at least once a day, who is not disgusting in himself, and who is not really bad messy, like not just a little bit, like, you know, they call it creative chaos, not anything even near that. You go in there and you don't even understand whether it's your room or not, because everything is so messy that you can't even see the furniture there. Even if you're lucky to have a good roommate, which is like, I guess, 10% of all cases, so you're already quite fucked on that one. Medical care, oh my god. Listen, when I was sick in my house, my mom would do literally anything to make me feel better. In the boarding schools, if you're sick, man, tough luck. Firstly, you're not allowed to have your own medicine, obviously, because you're not 18, so you can't take anything. Plus, in the UK, they have lots of strict rules on drugs, so you can't really bring in any medicine that weren't prescribed to you by a doctor. That's literally illegal. So if you're coming from somewhere like Eastern Europe, where, you know, they just give you drugs here and there, except for like some serious shit like morphine or something, you're just basically fucked, because all they give you in the medical center, you know, you come there, it doesn't matter whether you have prostate cancer, or whether you just have a flu, or whether your stomach hurts because you just, you know, you were drinking 2 liters of vodka for some stupid reason with your friends because you wanted to be cool. The answer to everything, literally everything, every illness, paracetamol. Now, the first year I was there, I was lucky I was never sick. Like, I never even had to go to the medical center, and God bless that. But my second year was absolutely fucking terrible. In the middle of the winter, I was sick twice, and one of them was some kidney disease, which was very serious, and they couldn't even diagnose it. So my recommendation is definitely take some drugs with you, like 100%, don't even think about it, and keep them to yourself. Now, if a bad roommate, horrible and absolutely inconvenient timetable, and absolutely no service in the medical center won't kill you, you also have absolutely no freedom there. Like, the number of times we were allowed to go out of the school territory was 3 times a week. So on Wednesday we were allowed to go out for a couple of hours, from 4:30 till 7, so basically till the evening, till the dinner. Then we could also go out on Saturday from 12 to 6 p.m. and that's where it gets interesting. Listen, from 12 to 6 p.m. we were allowed to go out. Then we had to come back for dinner, and then if you're year 12 or year 15, you could go back to town from 7 till 11 p.m. on Saturday. Why can't you just make a whole day like out in the town? No, you have to come back, and it's like 40 minutes walk that we had to go through, or pretty much the same on the bus because you had to wait a lot of time for the bus. So you would have to, like, you know, interrupt everything, just come back to the boarding school, go through another registration with that man who teaches us how to live, and then you would have to go back to the city if you want to. Although frankly saying, believe me, after that you don't want to go back to the city. And just the fact that, you know, being there till 11 p.m. and you would have to come back to school at 11 p.m. if you're year 13, if you're year 12, it's 10:30. Like when I go out to the party, I would meet guys there at 12 a.m. Just the meeting process will occur at 12 a.m. let alone the whole party itself. It's like really annoying when you're at the age of 18. Like when you're 12 or 13, sometimes you might not fucking care, but as you're getting older, believe me, it's a huge problem. So guys, that was it. That was my story in the boarding school. It was definitely one of the most terrible years of my life. And there are actually lots of people I look on YouTube, you know, who have the same pretty much story, who, you know, absolutely hated it. Who had to deal with lots of shit. Many people say that, like, you know, oh, the boarding school is so nice because you get to, you know, live with other people around you. Yeah, well, do that in the university. Get the university experience where you don't have any limitations at all. You just live there with a bunch of other people and you can enjoy yourself. Unless you're absolutely anxious and you hate people. In that case, not really. You know, obviously there were good sides to it. Like there in the boarding school, I found two of my best friends. And I would say, you know, I'm glad I had that experience, because now after 2 years in the boarding school, literally nothing in the life of God can make me feel as horrible. My advice is, if you're an international student and if you have to go to the boarding school, try to choose the one where there is only sixth form, because the probability of it being more liberal and more free and less bureaucratic, which is bureaucracy, is much higher. So you wouldn't have to deal with all sorts of stupid arguments that the teachers gave you to wear the uniform, why you have to be in bed at 10:30 when you're at the age of 18 and you can manage your time yourself, or why you could only order pizza on Saturday evening in the entirety of the week and not on any other day. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you never ever have to deal with the horrible dictatorship that you deal with in the boarding school, and I wish you all the best. Good luck. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, but please don't go to the boarding school. That's a bad idea, and if you do, go to a liberal one. Bye.